Hello and thanks for joining. Be sure to hit like, subscribe. So I like to keep these short because nobody has 30 minutes to talk about one item, right? So I bought this pole saw from Harbor Freight, and the instructions are pretty good, but there was some confusion because I'm kind of got an engineering mind on the oil. So it has an automatic oiler, and I'll explain real quick how this works. Oil and bar oil is what you use. Don't use regular motor oil because it's too thin. Bar oil is thick, and it will help with the gravity feed. So it's all gravity fed. There's a tank behind here, and then it's gravity fed out this little hole. Okay, so that hole, if you ever look at the bar is actually two pieces of metal, and they're put together. But in between the bar, there's a space. And that space is important for the chain to run through, but it also has a secondary, is you can tell that top hole will line up with that hole of the oiler, the automatic gravity fed oiler. Okay, so oil will come through the tank, out this hole, into this hole, and then through that hole, through capillary, it will actually go between the bar, and that's what oils the chain, and then the chain carries the oil to the front to where this sprocket is, okay? There's a sprocket on the front here that drives the chain. So that's how the oil gets there. And it's all key to this little hole. So when you get the Harbor Freight, it comes with these two little rubber things, or gaskets, I guess you would call them, and they're kind of put together and they're put in an odd way. Nowhere in the instructions does tell you what to do with those, so I'm going to tell you right now. This piece, if you notice, it's hollow on one side and flat on the other. Let me wipe this off real quick. The hollow part is what's going to go up. So the hollow part of this piece is going to slip right in here and make sure it's nice and flat, okay? And if you notice, the hole is now visible, and if you can think when the unit is set up sideways the way it will be, that little hole allows the gravity feed oil to fill this rubber piece up with oil. If you turn it around the other way, it won't allow it to do that. So that's the way it goes in. Just think of a canoe sitting in there, right? The open end is up. Now, from that point, the bar then goes on, right? And as the bar goes on, that gasket then is keeping that oil against the bar, so it's damming it up inside there, okay? Now, you've still got a hole on this side because you have to be able to take this bar and every now and then flip it over, upside down, because the bar will wear one way, and you go ahead and turn it. Every time you change or sharpen the chain, you should always flip the bar. So they have two holes, okay? So now we have to dam up the other side of the hole, and that is where this second piece comes in. And if you notice, it's got a lip on one side and that on the other. This sits in with the flat side facing up. It just simply presses in. And you can tell, because I ran it earlier today, it made a little indentation when I clamp the cover over the chain, over the bar, and what you're doing is now you're sealing the hole from this side. The hole from the other side is able to feed oil into the bar, and that's exactly what you want done. But this also keeps the oil from seeping out and running out. Okay, as long as you lay the unit when you're done this way, all the oil will stay in the tank. It won't leak out on you as time goes on. So you go out there after 3 or 4 days, if this saw is turned over the other way, all that oil is just going to leak out, okay? It's going to find a way out through gravity. But if you store it laying it this way, all the oil is kept in the tank and you shouldn't have that leakage problem at all. So between that piece going in, this piece going in, put it together like you normally would, and you're good to go. Hope this helps. Thanks.